Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm joined by a very close friend of mine, the Great. Alright, so we will be discussing spirituality today because I just wanted to touch on that subject for quite some time. It's something that I've been talking to with the Great, right? So so welcome.
Hi.
Please introduce yourself.
Where do I start? My name is Gerard Baloyi. I am well known as the Great. That's the name that I go with. It's a very deep name. As we go into the conversation, I will share so much with you.
Okay.
I'm a father. I'm a brother. I'm an uncle. I'm a leader.
Yes.
I'm an individual more than anything else. I am a lover of life. There's so much that I do that I have come to realize that I am doing without obviously going to school for it.
Right.
That is life coaching as well, based on my spirituality as well. I also help people dress up. That's an image consulting.
Okay.
I do that as well. I coordinate events as well. Yeah, man, that's about it.
All right. So, touching on the subject of spirituality,
Yep.
right? I know as Africans we have a narrative of what we think
Yeah.
spirituality is.
Yeah.
You understand? For example, I identify as a Christian,
Yeah.
right? However, I know there's deeper meanings of the word spirituality.
Yes.
What I think spirituality is for me is something completely different
Yeah.
to what you believe spirituality is, or not completely different but has certain elements
Yeah.
of what spirituality means
Yeah.
specifically for the
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So please just explain who is God, or rather who is God according to you, and how do you wrap yourself around the whole concept of the Creator, if I may put it
God
that way.
is the creator, you said it yourself. With everything else that we go through in our lives, or whatever journeys that we take, regardless of what path you take, it's very important for you to know who the creator is. So God is the Almighty, the Alpha and Omega. So that's what he is. He's a king, he's a founder, he's just on the top of the hierarchy for everything else that happens.
Right.
So that's who God is.
So coming to the concept of what happens to the spirit once we pass from this physical realm, please just take us through that.
For me, I wouldn't really know. I haven't been there, but I will explain based on how I'm gifted. So
Okay.
I choose not to label it and say I'm spiritual. I choose to say that I'm gifted,
Okay.
because the gift that I've been gifted with comes in different ways and forms. And how you give people feedback, or how you give people their messages, it can happen differently for different people. Others, they need to come and visit for you to have a consultation. Sometimes you are just thrown in the deep end to say, Spew is not in a good space, tell her 1, 2, 3. And with me personally, it doesn't work with how I feel at that time. It's actually your ancestors that are coming to me to say, "Nang mntwanetu uyasokola, please address 1, 2, 3." And in most cases, when that happens, it's not something that you completely do not know. It's just that you needed to be reminded. It's something that you know, it's something that you've seen, it's something that you've heard, but I'm helping you to have a better understanding of that. It's with others, it's more of you would go for consultation, they would really look at problems. With me, it's solution based. I give you an issue and I tell you what is it that you need to do to ensure that there is an improvement from the issue that you are faced with.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when exactly did you know, rather, that you had that your gift was one which is different to what people are normally used?
Honestly speaking, I've known this since I was very young. Let me share something with you. With my sexuality, I am a very proud gay man, and with me to be with this sexuality, it's not because of what we see today being trans. So my mom, when she was pregnant, she went into checking spiritually if the child is okay in the stomach and so forth. That's what people back in the days used to do. So the voice came from the water that was used to bathe my mom. And my great-grandfather, who's my mother's grandmother, complained to say that you've had kids ever since, but you've never woken me. You've never given any of your kids my name. And my mom was like, okay, if I happen to have a boy, he's going to be Gerard, right? And if he happens to be a female, then I will name I'll name the baby after your wife, right? Then the great was born. Guess what happened? The wife's name was Thabiso, but she never had a child by the name of Thabiso. And that is my second name. My first name is Gerard. So what is that? It's a combination of two partners in one body. And that's where the sexuality of me, born in a male figure, but still attracted to the same sex. Right? That's where it all started. Growing up, obviously, society, you want to be like everyone else.
Okay.
Fought with myself with the sexuality up until I got to an understanding that I can't fight the person that I am. Already at that time, I had known that I had a gift, because now I would have dreams that I would not understand. I would have dreams that no one can actually explain to me. As I was growing, studying now to read and understand life, that's when I realized that, oh, okay, it's Pio Sabadala.
Right, right.
And I started now befriending people that have a better understanding, who are inclined in this. I chose not to take what they tell me, but I chose certain areas of my own better understanding based on how things are happening in my life. And up until 2017, that's when in Hanji so again, Hamba, which it happened in Pumala. Yep.
Interesting.
Interesting. I know.
So the great, talking about sexuality, right? So would you, because now you're saying that you in a male body, right?
Yes.
However, within yourself there's your
feminine part
of you, right? So would you then identify yourself rather as bisexual or pansexual?
I am very much bisexual. I am interested in both sexes, but I, as an individual, have a preference, which is men. But you know, what you want is not what you need. I was blessed with a daughter. She turned 13 this year. I still love her mother with all my being, but I can't be with her mother because now I'll be selfish and I will be a person that will actually put her in a circumference that will actually make her hurt all the time, because I know myself that I'm more interested in guys. But because that is within me and that's what I choose, then I'm not blessed with boyfriends, because I've had relationships that have never really worked ever since I've been in a journey knowing myself that I'm gay. But it still does not change the fact that I am man, and I will not change that for anything. I will not go under the Caesar to change my sexuality or choose to be a woman. I was born a man. I appreciate being a man, but I am interested in the same sex as me. But bring that girl to me.
I've noticed. Guys, please don't mind the grace. Please do not mind this guy. So, there are days whereby I feel that when I walk in, right, that you're operating more on your masculine energy. And there are days where I would walk in
and I'm just
and you just all girly and just so on a normal day, right? How often does that transition happen? Because
honestly speaking, it's something that I would not notice myself, but you are likely to notice, because remember, ngiphila phansi kwabantu abaphansi. So makuvuka ugogo uzombona ugogo ukuthi hayi sekala, but makuvuka umkhulu uzobona ukuthi la umkhulu. You know, it's not something that I choose to wake up and decide ukuthi okay, today and tomorrow hi Spiwe. No, it doesn't work like that. That's why it's been written, it's been spoken about that mawumuntu onedlozi, mawumuntu onesiphiwo.
Yeah.
You are likely not to have friends, you are likely not to have relationships,
Yeah.
because why? We are hard to
And
be
we are Dina.
understood.
We
You
are
know?
Dina.
Yeah,
Guys,
you-
he's so annoying.
not really annoying
Yes.
as such, Spiwe. It's Dima. You know, when you've got a presence,
Yeah.
you know, you become intimidating to an extent that ubani ongakhona,
Yeah.
you understand? So it's that. It's not something that you choose to wake up and say, today I want to be girly. Yes, you can make a choice of saying, you know, today ngifuna ukugqoka
Yeah.
ibe so,
Yeah.
but I think nakhona nokugqoka kwakho makunjalo.
Yeah.
It's still within how you feel on that particular day, because
Okay.
there'll be days where I nganye sometimes
Okay.
uyabona na ukuthi hayi
Oh,
umjida kodwa
wena,
yeah
yeah.
mara uyangithola.
So the great.
Yep.
You also I don't want to talk too much about your career because
Yeah.
you're doing different kinds of things,
Yeah.
right? However, your main job
Yeah.
or your main source of income is
Yeah.
that of leadership. You're a
Correct.
leader where you work,
Correct.
you lead people,
Yeah.
people report under you.
Yep.
You're a manager.
Yes.
If you don't mind me just putting
Yeah.
out there. You're a manager. So having to maneuver, right? Your spirituality or your spiritual gift and all these different souls
Yeah.
having to report to you with their different beliefs. How do you then structure yourself to be in a position whereby, hi leader, whereby you, I'm sorry about that guys, we're currently in the office, whereby, how do you structure yourself whereby you find that center, where you center yourself?
I am happy you've asked that question. It takes us back to the first point.
Yeah.
It takes us to the first point